Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster here on Thursday, October 20th at Grand Valley State football practice. I'm joined as always by Laker head football coach Matt Mitchell. Mitch, you guys had the 61-31 victory at Lake Erie this past Saturday night, so it's a three-game win streak for you, which you've outscored your opponents 173-45. I know numbers are just numbers, and those stats really don't matter, but and especially I'm sure you don't feel like now you've arrived since you've been outscoring your opponents by so much. Would that be a fair statement?
That'd be a fair statement. I think it's a product of a lot of things, never just one thing in anything, and I think we've been playing better on both sides of the ball, and I think our special teams have been playing really well, and we've been getting some defensive scores and special team scores, and then we're also cognizant of the fact that the teams we've been playing and the defenses we've been going against have not been the strongest. So we're going to face some much tougher defenses coming up here on this, especially three of the next four opponents.
The defense is obviously playing better, back-to-back games of just 7 points, but the offense is putting up close to 58 points a game in that little three-week stretch. Are you happier with any one unit over the others? Maybe even special teams could be looped into that too.
Yeah, well, I think our offensive line has been very consistent. I think the thing that's happened with all of our skill players is we're getting more explosive plays than we did the first few games, and then the obvious big statistic is our ball security. We haven't really fumbled at all since the problems that we've had at Findlay. We haven't put the ball on the ground, and then we've had two picks, and both those picks, one was by Isaiah Grimes late in a game, and then the other one by Heath. It was an interesting play. It was a tip ball type thing. So it's one thing if you're throwing picks and you're making bad decisions, throwing to the other team, a little bit like he did against Findlay. The one he had Saturday we didn't think was a bad interception. Obviously we don't want any interceptions, but our turnover margin has really swung completely in the other favor the last 3 weeks, and that with good special teams plays, I think the reason the scores have gotten to the way they've gotten to.
We're a little more than halfway through the regular season. Has anybody emerged kind of as a surprise? Have you had any kind of pleasant surprises that you weren't expecting at the beginning of the year?
On the offensive side of the ball, I think Tyler Moran has stepped in, done a really good job at right tackle, and I think he's turned into a guy that we've been very pleasantly surprised with on that side. Defensively here the past couple weeks, a guy that's just been kind of a steady performer. He's in his gap. He makes plays when plays come to him is Hunter Sharneski, and we've seen a little bit more production out of him. So I'd say those are maybe two guys that heading into the season you didn't know quite what you're going to get, or kind of just quietly have gone to work over the past few games and are starting to make some plays.
Ferris State comes into town this weekend, the Anchor Bone rivalry, big rivalry game for you guys. Ferris brings in a 5-2 overall record. They're 4-2 in the conference. They're number one in offense. You're number two. What's going to be the key for your offense to be better than their offense?
I think it's an interesting matchup given the offensive defenses. I think the thing that's going to happen with our offense is we're going to have to be able to sustain some drives. It's not going to be easy with a bunch of chunk plays, so our guys have to have a workmanlike attitude in the way they approach the game and the way we do things. Defensively for us, we got to stop Tom Schneider. I mean, he's everything. He's the heart and soul, I think, of probably their football team if you ask the coaches at Ferris. So keeping him contained in the run game and then trying to make him a little bit uncomfortable when he's throwing the ball would probably be key. And then I really think that if you look at an area where we have a statistical advantage based on the league standing stuff, special teams, most of our special teams are towards the top of the league, and Ferris has at times done well but other times struggled. Those have got to be huge for us Saturday.
Last year in Big Rapids, you won 41-0, only gave up 118 total yards of offense. I imagine if you got that same production this year, you'd be pretty happy.
We're pretty excited. The difference between, I think, probably last year and this year is that Schneider was injured partway through the game, and so they lost their starting quarterback. I think any college football team in the nation loses starting quarterback, there's going to be a drop-off.
Sure.
I think that had played an effect. I also think we played great football on both sides of the fall. We didn't turn the ball over. We had a great job on special teams, good return game, and that's why the margin of victory got to where it is. So, yeah, if we get that yards total in against Ferris's offense this year, I'll be skipping back to the locker room. So we're just going to try to go out there and do what we do and keep playing good team football on all three phases and see what happens.
This Saturday's game between Grand Valley State and Ferris State, is Laker Blue Night. Lakers will be donning new Adidas all blue jerseys, and all fans are encouraged to wear their blue to the game this Saturday night at Lubber Stadium at 7 o'clock. Mitch, the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, DJ.
Thanks for watching the Grand Valley Sports Network.